Thursday. It is. It's 6 o'clock, and I'm sitting out here in a rare dry spell. Um, I've got quite a bit of footage of stormy weather that is taking forever to upload. I've lost some footage that I made talking about what we've been doing, but none of it's desperately important, so you'll be fine. You'll probably be pissed off with the amount of rain that I'm sharing, but we had. I'm not sure if you've seen this because I don't know what I've lost, but we had a very prolonged storm overnight. Not last night, but the night before. So Tuesday late or early hours of Wednesday, to halfway through the morning on Wednesday, which was yesterday. Yeah, a really long storm, 3 hours. I've never known a storm that's gone on for so long. All up the centre of France. Lots of flooding, lots of damage in the village. The quantity of rain coming down was horrendous, and sort of took away verges, lifted cars. So I told you about that, but you haven't seen it. You have seen the recording I did of standing under the umbrellas. I was standing under the umbrellas recording, and then I've done another recording, quite a long one. Mark and I had come and sat out here. There was a storm arriving, and we sat out here, and then the rain came down. He came in, got his coat on, brought my coat out, and I came and did a bit of that. Is just taking forever to upload. It's been uploading since probably yesterday at 6 o'clock, and it's about 45%. And then there's a short one where we went out last evening, so Wednesday evening. So the storm that is uploading was late afternoon, early evening, and then we went out at about 9 o'clock last night to close up the remaining chickens just before the next storm that lasted a couple of hours, not the same as the night before, but still a lot of rain. And that one's got I don't know why I'm telling you this, because you'll have seen it if I do it that way round. I try and keep them in order, but it is difficult when they're not uploading. Has got Ida in it, charging up the garden towards me. I know that I caught her on camera just because I'd gone up deliberately because I had a feeling she was going to do that. So that's really cute. So that's quite a short one. And then there's this one, and this one comes after our conciliation meeting this morning, which was I wasn't anxious. I would have been more anxious if we hadn't employed somebody to be the translator for us. And she did a really good job. She knew beforehand that she'd be dealing with somebody who's difficult. It wasn't pleasant being back in such close proximity to him, but whatever. I didn't manage to stay out of it completely because he was calling me a liar. His dogs don't bark, and he's very careful about when he lets them out. I mean, he's sort of very careful in that there are laws about, your dogs can't be out, or your noise can't start till then, and has to stop by then, and whatever. And he just, that's what he does. He lets them out, but doesn't let them out until after this time, and they don't bark, and la la la. Our dogs bark, apparently. That's the second time he's accused us of having dogs. It's fucking mad. That's the second time he's accused of. I mean, and then I did sort of went, oh, no, never on Bali, yeah. So it was a heated hour, and I think that he had brought along his file of historical stuff that, as far as we're concerned, is over. it was all dealt with years and years and years ago. The only problem for us is the dogs that you can't hear because we haven't heard them really for days. So he's changed. He's done something. Um, so that was our only problem. That was why we called the meeting. We weren't interested in talking about historical stuff because that all had was put to bed years ago. But he'd brought along his file, and that got put to bed by the he wasn't a judge. He's court appointed mediator. That was put to bed by him because I repeated several times it's finished for us but not for him. So that got put to bed. So we're just dealing with the dog issue. The mediator says that we need to measure the noise level because it's not against the law to have your dogs outside barking. I think I knew that, but we need to measure the noise level. And I did say to him, it's not necessarily the level of the noise, it's the duration of the noise. But Tompi, so that's where we're at. So the solution currently is that we measure the noise level, and then once we have our evidence in place, we call back in the conciliator and he comes here. He'll make a site visit to both parties, and that's where it's at. And I feel quite happy with that. I'm pleased it's over. Pleased it's over. And I think that because I need to make a recording of the noise levels, and because that hangs over the situation, I think the situation will shift. I don't want to say more than that in case there's somebody who understands English well enough, but I think that it leaves a question mark over somebody, and the potential for me to be recording the noise levels means that something has to shift. So that's all I'm going to say about that. So that's that. It's Thursday at 6 o'clock. I don't know when you'll get this, and you might be sick of storms. In art this afternoon, we went to art this afternoon. We were there for about an hour. I think Mark had finished his painting after an hour, and I was happy to finish and for us to come home. I've started something new, but Laurence is and has been for several weeks now doing a great big canvas of a massive storm, and I've said to her, it's your fault that we're all sitting under these storms. Finish that bloody painting. I might put that up. I think I can do that whilst I'm uploading. I might put a post up with her picture on it, and just let you know that everything's a bit slow, but we're fine. And we've got our visitors arriving tomorrow, which we're looking forward to. They're here all weekend. Tomorrow's Friday. They're here all weekend, so I'm not likely to be vlogging. So that's why there's a gap, or there'll be a gap. I'm going to be cooking. I'm going to do something with chicken. I was going to do the pasta dish, but decided against that. So been watching Recipe 30. It's Joel, somebody in Australia. It does some lovely videos. It's food porn, or vlog porn. I love it. And lots of different chicken dishes on there. And I think there's a Greek chicken, which is lemon and garlic, sort of grilled Greek chicken that I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. And then I'm going to do a couple of desserts for tomorrow. Then we'll eat out. And then I think they're going to be cooking one of the days. So that's nice. So yeah, I don't know. We were meant to have another storm this afternoon. We've had some rain. Nowhere's very dry. And I remember rightly, the weather's going to improve on Monday, and I think there's going to be 2 or 3 days of seasonal weather, and then it's going to go back cooler again. And people say there's no such thing as climate change. Well, I don't know what the fuck they think this is. And I'm not complaining because I don't mind. I haven't. I said this in a video that I've lost. I don't mind. I'm very lucky. I live amongst all this greenery, and I love watching, listening to rain. I don't live in a city or in a town or anywhere where it gets all muddy and mucky, and it's not like that. It's very pretty here when it rains, and so I'm very lucky. And we have had periods of summery weather over the last few months, and I don't think you have in the UK, and I feel very sad for you that you haven't, and I don't know what the answer to that is. I don't think those of us that eat meat have to stop eating meat. I don't think it's cows farting causing it. I think it's all the air travel that's mainly to blame for climate change, and that ain't gonna stop, is it? So there we go. Right, I think that's it. So I don't know when you'll get this. I've given up looking now to see how far stuff's got. I'm thinking, I was uploading 3 things at once, thinking, well, if you're going to be so slow, I'll just chuck it all on there, and it wouldn't go. As I say, I've lost one of them, and I thought I'd downloaded it, and I haven't even got it on my phone. Didn't do that very well, did I? Wasn't important. It's just me talking to camera in the way that I do, so there's nothing desperate that you're missing. Anyway, that is all. Thursday's over, and so see you on Monday maybe. Might see you tomorrow after I've done the cleaning and the cooking, but more likely on Monday. Have a good weekend.